needs to be a place where music can be treated less like digital bits and more like the art it is, with a sense of respect and discovery. And if that place could actually accommodate and support the artists who make the music, and not just the top-tier artists, but the kids in their bedrooms too, provide them all with a home and a way to engage with their audiences, that would be pretty great. And that's what we set out to do with Apple Music.
And it's all Apple all the time. Nick Sanchez, digital news reporter, Newsmax Media, is with us. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you for having me back at the shiny new desk here.
Shiny for his first time at the new desk. I'm glad we polished it up before you came in. Okay, maybe Apple could invent something, a desk that polishes itself. Now, Apple Music. They had the big announcement the other day. Lots of stuff going on. It's going to be out the end of this month. What is Apple Music? And didn't they already have Apple Music?
Well, so they had iTunes, but Apple Music is sort of the end-all, be-all music service. So, you know, finally we can get you to rip out that 8-track player from your El Camino or whatever it is you have, Steve.
And it's going to be just $10 a month?
Right. So it's a subscription service, just like Netflix.
Right.
The best way to think about it is the Netflix of music.
Okay. And what do I get for my $10 a month?
So you get access to, you know, most of the Western world's music. So basically most of what they had in iTunes before, but instead of buying individual songs or albums for 99 cents a pop, you simply pay $10 a month.
You get everything.
You get all-you-can-eat streaming.
And you download it yourself, whatever you want to do with it?
Yeah, they do have a function so you can, you know, you need the internet connection for streaming. But if you're on the subway or something, they do have a function where you can save it for offline listening.
So there's no more, people don't buy records anymore, or albums or CDs, or, I mean, if they could do this, they're not going to buy that stuff anymore, right?
Right, you know, this is sort of the last industry to make that transition. You know, people are really used to watching movies and TV shows on Netflix now. Yeah. And this is now just the music.
And how do and this is not your realm, but how do the music stars make their money?
So they get a very small royalty from each stream or each play of their song or album.
Huh. Whole new world. Okay, and now what does this mean for Spotify, for instance?
Right, so Apple Music's new service is not novel. Spotify has a big lead on them.
Yeah, they have about 20 million paying users and 75 million people in total, right?
Right, they have a big user base. They've been pulling in 1.3 billion in revenue.
So Apple has to steal them.
So Apple has a little bit of a, you know, they're a little behind, but they're also Apple. They make, you know, 200 billion a year. So they definitely have the resources to make this happen.
Then there's Apple News, and Apple News is replacing the Newsstand app.
Right. So I think this is an interesting case study because here you have a very big company who put a lot of resources into this app called Newsstand, which was supposed to carry your favorite magazines and newspapers. And they're basically admitting that it's been a failure, which I think is kind of a refreshing thing coming from a big company like this. And so now they're releasing this new app in the fall called Apple News. It's sort of, if you've ever seen the app Flipboard, it's kind of like that. So what it allows you to do is you kind of choose your favorite publications. You know, they have New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Newsmax is going to be on board
New
as
York
well.
Times is my favorite publication, without a doubt, yeah.
And you can also browse by subject. So, it'll just sort of compile everything into a nice, nicely viewable format on your iPhone or your iPad.
All right, now Apple Wallet. The Apple Passbook, which had been out, is now renamed the Apple Wallet.
That's correct. Yeah. So they're slowly creeping into this consumer financial realm right now. So you know, the very first time I was on Newsmax TV, I came in to talk about Apple Pay.
Yeah.
And that was the big thing. You could put your credit cards on your phone and just tap it wherever you go.
And now it's like way yesterday's news, right?
Yeah. So we're not even a year in yet, and now we have loyalty cards are coming to this new wallet. And you also have retail store credit cards. So like if you have the JCPenney card, you can now load that on as well. So we're just slowly inching towards you know, merchants and consumers getting closer and closer together without that middleman of, you know, Visa, MasterCard.
It really is amazing. It really is amazing to think that, you know, not that long ago, even if you watch like Seinfeld reruns and all that, there were no cell phones, okay?
Right. or the Costanza wallet, remember? Remember it explodes.
No. Well, my wallet is, I could show you real quick. If we could pull this out, my wallet is a smaller version of the Costanza wallet. There it is. This is my wallet. I have colors, rubber bands, and anyway.
It's very elegant.
Thank you very much. Good to see you, Nick. And coming up next, Rick Unger with a preview of tonight's Daily Wrap.
Thanks, Steve. Coming up tonight on The Wrap, Australian intelligence reporting that ISIS has now seized enough radioactive material to build a potentially devastating dirty bomb. We'll discuss whether this new and increased level of danger will force the United States and its allies to step up the battle against the Islamic State. Then, as we await word from the Supreme Court on the future of Obamacare subsidies, Washington politicians are confronting the potential loss of support to millions who depend on the insurance subsidies as if it were a game of hot potato. Just who should be responsible for crafting a plan B should the court's decision require the same, or will the government simply leave those in need to their own devices? We'll be covering this and much more tonight on the Daily Wrap immediately following Malzberg. Hope you'll join us.